Hi everyone, I'm Jo Neal, Professor of Addictions Qualitative Research at King's College London. That's me down on the right hand side there. And in this very short video, I want to introduce you to the Sure Recovery app. Specifically, I want to answer a few questions that you might have about Sure Recovery. So, who developed it? Who is it for? What does it do? How can I use it? Where do I get it? And where can I learn more? So let's begin. The Sure app was developed with people who were using substances in treatment or in recovery. Development was led by researchers and clinicians from King's College London in the UK, and some of the other key organisations involved were the Aurora Project, which is a peer mentoring service in London, the Addiction Service User Research Group, or SURGE, who are a group of London-based service users who advise researchers on study design, data collection and dissemination. Create Recovery, which is a charity that inspires, supports and connects creative people in recovery. And Mindwave Ventures, which is a company that develops digital products with user-led designs. Funding for the app has also come from a range of sources to whom we are very grateful. And these include Action on Addiction, the Alexander Mosley Charitable Trust, the Mackey Foundation, the NIHR Maudsley Biomedical Research Centre, and latterly NHS England, who funded a new pop-up feature for COVID-19. Okay, then who is the Sure app for? It was developed to help people who are using drugs or alcohol, in recovery, or thinking about recovery. Crucially, it's suitable for people seeking information on harm reduction, as well as people seeking abstinence. So let's just to be clear, the definition of recovery adopted by the app is very broad and inclusive. What does the Sure app do? So it's got 6 main features. Feature 1 is a recovery tracker. This allows people to monitor their own recovery, receive personalised feedback and get a recovery score. They can then view their weekly, monthly and yearly scores in a graph to track how these change over time. Second, there's a sleep tracker. This feature works in a similar way to the recovery tracker. App users can get personalised feedback on their sleep and a score that allows them to monitor and review their sleep problems over time. Thirdly, there's an artwork feature. So the app provides a platform for people to share their artwork with the recovery community. Basically, app users can submit their artwork for display in the banner of the home screen, on the home screen of the app. Next, there's a personal diary function, and this is a private space where people can record their thoughts and feelings. Fifth, there's a naloxone feature. This provides information on how to use naloxone in the event of a heroin or other opioid overdose. And the naloxone feature also has other information, including a training video and a naloxone knowledge tracker. Sixth, there's reading material and other resources, including a book on recovery and information on COVID-19. In addition, the Sure app provides those using it with an opportunity to participate in research. This is completely optional and people can opt in or out of the research questions. If they opt in, their data will be completely confidential and stored securely, just like all the other data in the app. If they opt out, they can still use all of the features of the app. Now in this slide, I just want to flag that there are at least 3 ways you can use the Sure app. Firstly, you can use Sure on your own, in private, as a self-monitoring tool. So you might want to monitor your own recovery, set some recovery goals, use the resources or reading materials, or even screen your substance use to check whether you might have a problem or be at risk of relapse. Second, you might want to use the app as a way of structuring discussions or sessions with a drug worker or counsellor, or a supportive family member or peer. You can do this by sharing your own responses, feedback and scores from the app with someone you trust to help reinforce healthy behaviours. Third, you can use the app in a more guided way. This might be particularly relevant and useful if you're not very familiar or comfortable with phones or apps. If this is the case, you can ask a counsellor or drug worker or peer to help you download the app onto your phone and then guide you through its features. If you don't have a smartphone, you can still use the app. If your drug worker or counsellor has a phone, they can easily create an account for you on their device. They can then complete the measures with you and show you your scores and feedback. They just need to remember to log out of the app at the end of your session, and then they can log back in when they next see you. So where can you get the app? The app is free to download from both the App Store if you have an iOS device such as an iPhone or an iPad, or from Google Play if you have an Android device. And lastly, where can you learn more about Shore Recovery? If you type Shore Recovery into your search engine, you should find your way to the Shore Recovery webpage on King's College London's website. But we also now have a presence on various social media platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can see a couple of images there at the bottom from our YouTube videos. If you have any questions or feedback, you can of course also email us via the Shore Recovery app email address. Over time, we hope to build a community of users. But we want to flag that Shore Recovery isn't meant to replace any existing services. It's an additional resource that we hope you'll find useful, particularly during times when it is less easy to have face-to-face support. Please download it and try it, and if you like it, tell others. And don't forget to give us a nice review on the App Store or Google Play. Thanks for listening, everyone, and stay safe.